Hi, thanks for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona. And hopefully today with our picks and your picks, it's going to be another profitable day for you. Monday, April 15th, Major League Baseball slate. Baseball, really the game in town right now as the NBA is off for a day. As we get into the playoff games, or play-in games, I should say, to see who's going to start the playoffs this weekend. So Major League Baseball, if you're new to our show, first of all, welcome. Secondly, we fade or follow four teams that we're going to bet on in those games: Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, and the Orioles this season. And then we will give you some leans or some maybe possible plays on some other games as well. But we do play in those four teams. Otherwise, we'd have to have a statistician staff of about 50. And unfortunately, don't have that around. So we will get started here. Monday the 15th, we have the early game, 8:10 a.m. out here in Phoenix, 11:10 out east in Boston. Red Sox hosting the Guardians for game one of the set. Cutter Crawford against Curry. Red Sox about $1.25 favorite in this one, roughly 9.5 total. Really see the Red Sox in this one here pretty easily. Guardians have started off hot, no question about it. But Red Sox, I think, are going to have a little something for them. I believe it's Patriots Day as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but being that early game, I do like the Red Sox to get on the board there, so we would lean that way in that Red Sox-Guardians game. Next game up on, we are in this game, 3:35 out here in Phoenix, 6:35 Eastern. Twins travel to Baltimore for the first game of the set. Louis Varland against Cole Irvin. So Irvin has been, how do I put this? Not great so far this season. He allows a lot of traffic on the bases. The Orioles roughly $1.45, $1.55 favorite, depending on where you're looking so far, and the line's moving towards them. Varland has not been strong all season either on this game. Orioles currently 155. 140, like I said, 145, 140 favorite. Total around 9 in this one. So we do have quite a few bets here. We are on the Orioles. Let's run through all of those with you here. So Orioles, we have money line, -1.5, 2.5, and 3.5 on the run line. Orioles over their team total. Orioles -0.5 a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Gunnar Henderson going back to the well here of home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 2+ hits. Also going back with Cowser as he hits a homer for us. Last game, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Now, we might be looking to add one more here. If we're looking at anybody, it's probably going to be Santander, see if he breaks out of his slump there. So make sure you do check out our Google Sheets. It's either at the end of our show or on our social media channel you're watching us on. So feel free to check that out. But currently what we've got, Orioles money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line, over the team total for the Orioles. Orioles -0.5 a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Gunnar Henderson, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ hits, 2+ total bases, and 3+ total bases. Colton Cowser, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game on the schedule, we can get it pulled up here. We've got Rockies at Phillies in Philly. Aaron Nola pitching against Cal Quantrill in this one. Total at 8.5, kind of like the over there as well. But if you're willing to lay the 265 with the Phillies, I'd highly recommend that. Also on the run line, they were like -120-ish. I'd also lay the run line there with the Phillies as well. Expect Nola to come out dominant. That Rockies lineup's been struggling mightily. And then the Phillies, about to kick it into gear offensively here before too long. Next game up, 3:40 out here in Phoenix, 6:40 Eastern. Rangers heading to Detroit. Renee Olson pitching for the Tigers against Michael Lorenzen. Name sounds familiar. Rangers come back. Offenses definitely leans towards the Rangers on that one. Defensively, pitching-wise, not necessarily the Tigers' best matchup today, but they have played well at home. I'd still lean just slightly here towards the Rangers at that -1, around that -120 mark on the money line. Next game up, 340 out here in Phoenix, 640 Eastern. Giants, Marlins. Blake Snell kind of blew up yesterday against last game against the Rays. Kyle Harrison, AJ Puck. In this one here, Giants just a slight favorite. Have struggled to score. Opened up the bats a couple games ago. On this one, total 8.5. Kind of like the under, to be really honest, if we had any lean in that game at all. Next game up, 350 out here in Phoenix, 650 Eastern time. Angels headed to Tampa Bay. First game of this set. Rays, Zach Eflin pitching against Patrick Sandoval. Everybody teased off on Sandoval. So should the Rays. They're about a $1.50 favorite. I would hop all over the Rays in that particular matchup. Next matchup up, 407 out here in Phoenix, 7:07 Eastern time. Yankees, after a disappointing loss to the Guardians, now going to go to north of the border to Toronto to face the Blue Jays. Chris Bassett, Lucas Gill, total 8.5. Pretty even matchup here. $1.15 favorite for the Blue Jays. I'll be really honest here. I like the over in this particular matchup here. Bassett is a good pitcher, eats a lot of innings, but does give up runs. So does Lucas Gill, so I'd probably lean towards the over of that 8.5. Next game up, we've got the Pirates traveling to New York after getting that win against Philly to finish up that series. Martin Perez, Adrian Hauser in this one. Really like the Pirates here in this one. Martin Perez has pitched really well. They're about even money, maybe plus 102, 105 at some sites. So definitely like the Pirates in this matchup, headed to Flushing to play the Mets. Next game up, 440 out here in Phoenix, 740 Eastern time. Padres going to Milwaukee. Joe Ross versus Joe Musgrave in this one. Padres are a $1.35 favorite, and Musgrave is not shown to be the stud pitcher that he was last year, kind of struggling to get out of the gate. So in that particular one, we would lean actually with the Brewers and the home team. They've been hot. They didn't score a lot of runs in the Orioles against the last game, but they had runners on every damn time. We would lean Brewers in that particular matchup there. Let's see here. And we're missing a game here. I do apologize as for some reason the Royals game fell off there. So 441 out here in Phoenix. 7:41 Eastern time. We've got Royals headed to the Chicago White Sox. Royals about a $1.80 favorite in this one. Seth Lugo pitching against Nastini. I apologize, I've never heard of Nastini. I think it's his first start. And as well, total of 8.5. We're gonna run with the Royals in this particular matchup on that one there. So let's give you those bets in that Royals game. Royals money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals over the team total, as they absolutely couldn't hit their weight yesterday. Figured Monday is going to be a different story. Royals -0.5 a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Bobby Witt, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases. Bobby Witt, 2+ hits, 3+ hits. MJ Melendez, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases. So one more time, Royals, White Sox. Royals, money line, -1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Royals over their team total. Royals -0.5 a run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Bobby Witt, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, 2+ hits, and 3+ hits. MJ Melendez, homer, double, over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, over 1.5 total bases. Then we'll get up to the next game in line here is going to be, we've got Cubs, Diamondbacks, 640 out here in Phoenix, 9:40 Eastern time. On this one, we've got Brett Brown versus Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly's pitched extremely well first couple starts of the year. Even in the Diamondbacks offense really hasn't even got kicking yet. Brett Brown, he's filling in for Justin Steele while he's on the injured list. You know, us being Cubs fans, hate to bet against the Cubs, but it's part of the program here as they're one of the teams we fade or follow. We're rolling with the Diamondbacks in this case here. They are, like I said, about $1.40 favorite. That offense really hasn't even clicked yet. If they start punching, Merrill Kelly and that bullpen can pitch. So let's give you those bets in that Diamondbacks-Cubs game. D-backs money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. Diamondbacks over their team total. Diamondbacks minus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings. Ketel Marte, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Christian Walker, homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. So one more time, we'll give you those bets in that Diamondbacks-Cubs series. Merrill Kelly pitching. I expect the Diamondbacks to get a victory here. Diamondbacks money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 on the run line. D-backs over their team total should be 4.5, but we'll see when it pops up, when it populates up here. But we're taking over the team total, minus 0.5 run, first 3, 5, and 7 innings for the D-backs. Ketel Marte, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Christian Walker, home run, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Next game up on the board, Cardinals, A's, Sonny Gray going against Ross Stripling. To be really honest, the Cardinals once again disappointed to start out this season. I don't know what to tell you on this. That lineup, and the pitching's not fantastic, but that lineup should be producing runs at an alarming rate. I mean, they've got Newt Barr, Jordan Walker, and we're not even talking about Goldschmidt, Gorman, and Arenado yet. I mean, they're deep. That lineup's deep. They have not put hits together, haven't strung it together. They're going to break out of this at some point. The question is do they get too far behind? I mean, they're around 500, so it's not like they started off the season 4-10 and trying to make up massive ground already. But they haven't hit well. I expect them to kind of break out of this against the A's. Stripling's a nice pitcher for the A's to have. I wouldn't call him stellar by any stretch of the imagination. Sonny Gray needs to do Sonny Gray things. We expect the Cardinals to win in this one. They're $1.75 favorite for a reason. The A's have played tough against a lot of teams, no question about it. And I think they have a possibility to win 60+ games this year and not lose 100. But don't think it's going to happen in this game one against the Cardinals. Next game up. Let's see here. We got a 6:42 out here in Phoenix, 9:42 Eastern time, and we're skipping the Dodgers game. We'll have that last. Reds going against the Mariners. Reds currently a dog in this one. Frankie Montas pitching against George Kirby. Now Kirby's pitched well. The Mariners can't hit their weight. They haven't so far this season. Pitching's been pretty decent, but they have not hit well. So we would take the offense to kind of run in this one. That'd be the Reds, lean slight towards the Reds at around plus 120 or so. That total is pretty interesting, though. It's 7.5. And we might have a slight lean to the over in that particular game as well. Next game up is going to be, give me 1 second here, folks. Do apologize. Dodgers and the Nationals. No line on this game as of yet. It doesn't matter. I think it's supposed to be Parker, the left-hander for the Nationals. I will tell you this, though. On Tuesday, it is National hit against Patrick Corbin Day, and the Dodgers will take care of that one. But Glasnow pitching for the Dodgers. He's been phenomenal so far this season. He's 3-0, ERA under 2.5. There's no question on who we're taking here. The only question is how many batter props are we going to have? But we're taking Dodgers, money line, minus 1.5, 2.5, 3.5. We're also going to throw in a 4.5 on the money line, as maybe the Dodgers open up a can of whoop-ass offensively in this one. Dodgers over the team total. Dodgers minus 0.5 run, first 3 innings, minus 1.5 runs, first 5 and 7 innings. So far, we're going to do bets and Ohtani. So bets homer, double, over hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, 2+ hits. Ohtani, home run, double, over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. We're probably going to be looking at Teoscar Hernandez as well, just to give you a heads up in this particular matchup here. So just a heads up on that one. Make sure you do come back and check out those Google Sheets, as that'll have all of our updated bets as well. This line's not even live yet, as we're recording this before the Dodgers-Padres Game 3 gets started on Sunday Night Baseball due to the rain delay. So let's go through those Dodgers and Nationals bets one more time for you. Dodgers money line -1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5 on the run line. Dodgers over the team total. Dodgers -0.5 a run first 3 innings, -1.5 runs first 5 and first 7 innings. Bets: home run, double, over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. Ohtani, home run, double, over 2.5 hits, runs, RBIs, 2+ total bases, 3+ total bases, and 4+ total bases, and 2+ hits. And like I mentioned, Teoscar Hernandez will more than likely be there as well. So do make sure you come back and check that out. I've mentioned it multiple times before, but our Google Sheets is a ledger of all of our bets, what juice we got those at, how many units we bet, and then also what book we placed them at, then obviously the result once the game's all finished. You can find this on all of our social media platforms, plus you can find it at the end of every episode that we do on YouTube. You'll find it in the comments section. It'll read docs.google.spreadsheet, a bunch of other stuff behind it. But this is how you can track with us all of our bets, how we're doing so far this season. Baseball's been really good to us. We're up, 1,500 units roughly through, 14 games or so. So doing tremendous there. Appreciate everybody's support on that. So make sure you do check out those Google Sheets. This is your reference guide, as we are volume better. There are a ton of bets we got going on. So feel free to check that out when you get some time. And as always, if you can subscribe and get notifications to our YouTube channel, it makes life really simple to find us. Once you hit that subscribe button, we'll be in your subscriptions tab. And if you want to make life even easier, turn on notifications for YouTube or any other social media platforms that you're on. And as soon as we drop a new episode of Sports Bets for free, you'll get a notification to your phone or device to let you know we've dropped that episode. Give you plenty of time to match them up with your bets and give you that ton of confidence you need heading to the betting app or betting window. I do appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.